Welcome to the Drawhunter. I am your charming host, Kevin Cleary, and this is the soccer gambling podcast where we don't pick any winners or losers. We hunt for the result that pays better, the draw. We like to bet the draw because draws happen. A lot. Nobody plans on it, but 30% of all pro matches end in a draw every year across all leagues and international competitions. Year after year, season after season, the number remains the same. Most soccer bets are settled on results after regulation time, 90 minutes plus stoppage time, unless otherwise stated. If a game is forced into overtime or penalty kicks, that doesn't apply to our draw bet. So we are looking for matches with near-perfect possession splits and goal margins, making them prime candidates for a betting deadlock. These are the games where parity pays off. These fixtures combine low scoring averages, balanced possession rates, injury disruptions, and historical draw frequency and market pricing that combine to give us contrarian value. And these are the hidden value draws where the market is pricing outcomes too heavily towards the favorites or volatility. And even if you like or want to bet on winners, running down the games through this perspective is a valuable handicapping tool. So let's dive into last episode's results first. Newcastle versus Tottenham was a draw and a big win for us during the midweek matches. That was a draw no one saw coming except us. Navalcarnero versus Getafe was 2-2 at the end of 90, so that bet paid off even though Getafe won in extra time. Same with Real Avila and Rayo Vallecano, and they're 1-1 at the end of regulation. Those Chaos Cup, Copa del Rey Cup games always pay off for us. Also over in Scotland, Aberdeen versus St. Mirren was a 3-3 draw, and that was one of our top three picks from last episode. Hearts versus Kilmarnock was 1-1 draw. That was both of our picks in the Scottish Premiership. Ended as draws. And actually, of the 5 games played in Scotland this week, 4 of them ended in draws. I had almost put Falkirk on the list, but I wasn't going to put Celtic, who actually won, and Rangers on the list because I thought Rangers would win that game, but they wound up drawing anyway. So it was a good week. A good midweek of action for us anyway. And there's a lot of action this weekend across Europe too. So let's dig into the draw contenders right after this quick message from our sponsor, the SantaBarbaraMint.com. The SantaBarbaraMint.com offers a carefully curated collection of the finest limited edition and one-of-a-kind collectibles from the coolest franchises in entertainment. The best of the world's TV, movies, video games, anime, comic books, fantasy, science fiction, horror, they're all in the vaults at the SantaBarbaraMint.com. Use code DRAWHUNTER, all one word, at checkout for a one-time 20% off your entire purchase discount. That's everything you buy, not just one item. It's a fantastic value. SantaBarbaraMint.com. Use that code DRAWHUNTER. A lot of great holiday gifts there. They have some cool SpongeBob SquarePants items, medallions, coasters, pins, coins, and more. Perfect gifts for the holidays for all the SpongeBob fans in your family. And there's a new SpongeBob movie coming out in a week or so, and they'll be going to that, and this is a perfect gift for them at the holidays. SantaBarbaraMint.com. As always, we appreciate their support. Now let's get into the games and the picks. This weekend we're going around Europe and the world, but we're starting off in Italy at Serie A. We've got Verona versus Atalanta. They're playing this game in Verona, and the odds, Verona's plus 375, Atalanta's the favorite at minus 143, and the draw is plus 270. Ball possession rates, Verona's been at about 46% this season. Atalanta is strong at 55%. Verona doesn't score as many goals as Atalanta, 10 versus 17, and they allow similar amounts, 18 on Verona's part, Atalanta's 14. The last 10 meetings There's only been 2 draws between the two. Atalanta has won 6 of the last 10 meetings. Verona's won 2 of them, and there have been 2 draws. But this year, at home especially, Verona has been very draw-heavy. They already have 6 of them this season, and Atalanta is one of those inconsistent teams when they're on the road. It's actually a balanced clash with, I think, a strong draw probability. Verona's draw tendency at home, plus Atalanta's away variability, we'll call it, I think keeps this stalemate alive for us. Next over in La Liga, we've got Alaves versus Real Sociedad. This game is being played in Vitoria at Alaves Stadium. Alaves, this is a great odds lineup here. Look at this. Las Vegas doesn't know what to make of this game. Alaves is plus 180. Sociedad is plus 180. The draw is plus 188. Ball possession rates, Alaves is at 45%, Sociedad is at 56%. Goals scored versus goals against, Alaves is 14 goals for, 18 against. Sociedad is 17 for, 15 against. Head-to-head history. 3 out of the last 9 games between these two teams ended in a draw. And this is a Basque derby. So I'm expecting a very cagey, tactical battle between these two Basque teams. You've got derby tensions and conflicting styles, and that equals a draw candidate for us. Also in La Liga, we've got Real Betis versus Barcelona. This game is being played in Seville. Betis is plus 270. Barcelona is the favorite here at minus 133. And the draw is a fat plus 333. Betis is no slouch with ball possession at 52%. But Barcelona is a monster at 61%. Betis has 18 goals for and 17 goals against this year. Barcelona is a scoring machine at 28 goals for and 12 goals against. But here's the thing. Historically, head-to-head, 2 out of the last 3 games that these teams have played, when these teams have played, ended in draws. And one of those games, the third game, was a Barca blowout. Betis is strong at home, and that's what I'm banking on here. Barca is another one of those teams that you never really know what you're going to get when they're on the road. So we've got home strength versus an elite favorite, and I think that's going to add up to a draw for us. And that game's on Saturday, December 6th. Also in La Liga, we've got a lot of action in La Liga this week. We've got Athletic Club versus Atletico Madrid. And this game is being played in Bilbao at San Mamés Stadium. Athletic is plus 240. Atletico is the favorite at plus 115. The draw is a moderate plus 230. Ball possession rates, these two teams are very even. Athletic is 53%, Atletico is 51%. Same thing with the goals scored and against. Athletic has scored 20 goals this season and 18 allowed. Atletico has scored 23 goals and allowed 14. The last 10 games between these two teams, Atletico won 6 of them. Athletic won 3 of them, and there was only 1 draw. But 5 of them were 1-0 games. These games are always so tight, always so close. They're very 2 disciplined sides. I think there's a tactical stalemate likely to be on the pitch this weekend. And because these games are always so close and always so tight, you cannot rule out a draw between these two teams. So that's it for La Liga. Let's jump over to Germany and the Bundesliga, a league that we love because last year they actually led the world in draw percentage of all the games played in the league. It was a healthy 33% of the games ended in a draw in the Bundesliga last year because they've got such great teams and very, very balanced franchises against each other. We've got Heidenheim versus Freiburg on Saturday. The location is Voith Arena in Heidenheim. Heidenheim is plus 260. Freiburg is the favorite, even though they're on the road at minus 105. The draw is plus 260. Ball possession rates are pretty close. Heidenheim is 47%. Freiburg is 52%. There's a difference when you get to the goals scored. Heidenheim was 12 goals for and 22 goals against. Freiburg is 18 goals for and 17 against. But, this is one of those teams or one of those games rather, where, one out of the last three between these two in recent days was a draw. And this is one of those mid-table clashes. They're right up next to each other in the standings. They've both got a balanced form, and that's what makes them a draw candidate for us this weekend. Still in the Bundesliga, we've got Wolfsburg versus Union Berlin. This game takes place at Volkswagen Arena in Wolfsburg, Germany. Wolfsburg is plus 115. Union on the road is plus 240. The draw is also plus 240. Ball possession rates, Wolfsburg is 50%, Union is 44%. Goals scored, Wolfsburg is 16 and 24, Union is 14 and 20. They're both teams that are struggling. 3 out of the last 12 games played by these two teams were draws, hitting the average, but 6 of those games were also 1-0 matches. Again, these two teams are always tight, always close. They're both low-scoring teams, so I think we've got another tactical stalemate on the pitch here. Let's jump over to Leipzig, Germany, and Red Bull Arena, where RB Leipzig will be playing Frankfurt. Leipzig is the favorite here at home at minus 143. Frankfurt is plus 333, which is actually a really good price for them. The draw is a healthy plus 320. Ball possession rates, we've got Leipzig at 57%, Frankfurt at 49%. Goals scored, Leipzig is right up there at 26 goals for and 18 against. Frankfurt, 22 goals for and 20 against. Last 21 meetings, I went deep on this one, head-to-head between these two teams. Leipzig, 7 wins. Frankfurt, 6 wins. The draw, 8 times out of the last 21 meetings between these two teams. These are two balanced head-to-head teams. Frankfurt is resilient even when they're traveling on the road, and I think the bookmakers have this one wrong. I think this one is one of our better draw candidates for the weekend. So let's go over to France. That wraps it up in Germany. Let's go over to France now in Ligue 1. We've got Nantes versus Lens at Stadium Beaujord in Nantes, France. And despite it being the home team, Nantes is plus 400. They're the long shot today. Lens is minus 149. The draw is plus 270. Lens dominates as far as ball possession goes. Nantes is 42%. Lens is 58%. Nantes is 12 goals for, 18 against. Lens is 28 goals for, 15 against. In the last 10 games between these two, Lens has won 5 of them. Nantes has won 3 of them, and there have been 2 draws. Lens is in form, but Nantes is very defensive. And Lens is one of those teams, again, that once they leave their home stadium, you just never know what is going to happen. Will they lose this game? I don't think so. They're probably going to win it, or it's going to be a draw like I think it could happen. Lens has been very busy in the European contests also. There's been a lot going on for them this year, so they might even just be a little bit tired and giving Nantes a chance to take home a point here. Also in France, we've got Toulouse versus Strasbourg. I love this game. It's at Stadium Toulouse in Toulouse, France. Toulouse is plus 145. Strasbourg is plus 180. The draw is plus 230. Toulouse has a 46% ball possession rate. Strasbourg is at 54%. Toulouse has 17 goals for and 15 against. Strasbourg has 22 goals for and 16 against. So they both concede. They both know how to score, but they also both know how to allow the other team to score too. In the last 5 games between these two, Strasbourg has won 3 of them. Toulouse has won 1, and there's been 1 draw. They're a mid-table. This is a mid-table clash, again, with balanced form, and I think both teams would be happy to take home 1 point from this match. Let's do a quick jump over to Portugal and the Liga Portugal over there. We've got Santa Clara versus Casa Pia, and this is taking place at the Estadio de São Miguel, Ponta Delgada, Portugal. Santa Clara is minus 123 as the home favorite. Casa Pia is plus 400. The draw, however, is plus 195. So Vegas knows that the draw potential really exists there for this game. Goals for and against, Santa Clara is 11 and 15. Casa Pia is 9 and 18. Both of these teams are having trouble scoring. Both of these teams are very good at conceding goals to the other team, to their opponents. Their head-to-head history in the last 5, Santa Clara has won 3 of them. Casa Pia has won 1 of the games, and there's been 1 draw. This is going to be a low-scoring fixture, probably a 1-1 game. Definitely the under. Could it be a 0-0? Could there be clean sheets for both of them with no scoring on either side? Absolutely. And that's why it's on our list as a draw for this weekend. Then we've got still in Portugal. We've got AVS versus Rio Ave. We're taking place in Vila das Aves, Portugal, and we've got AVS is plus 185. Rio Ave is 132. The draw is plus 220. And the ball possession rates are pretty close, 45% versus 51%. Rio Ave has the edge there. Goals scored and against. This is another one where both of these teams are having trouble scoring. AVS has 10 goals. Rio Ave has 14 goals. AVS has allowed 20, and Rio has allowed 16. In the last 3 games that these two have played, AVS has a win, Rio has a win, and there's been a draw. I think the draw probability on this game is, based on the numbers that I've run with my algorithm, is about 41%. So that's why they made the list. Famalcio versus Braga on Saturday. This one's taking place in Famalcio, Portugal, and they are a plus 240. Braga's the favorite at plus 105. The draw is plus 230. Ball possession rates are close enough. Famalcio is 47%. Braga is 55%. Famalcio allows 14 goals so far while scoring 16. Braga's allowed 18 while scoring 22. The last 10, Braga's won 6 of the last 10. Famalcio's won 2 of them, and there have been 2 draws. They're number 5 and number 6 in the standings right now. They're very balanced. They're very equal teams. I think there's a high draw probability of more than 36+% for this game, and we've got balanced form, mid-table, both teams willing to take a point from this match? Absolutely. Now let's jump over to the Netherlands, where we've got Fortuna playing Ajax on Saturday in Sittard Geleen, Netherlands. Fortuna's home stadium. Fortuna is plus 280. Ajax is minus 120. The draw is plus 280. Ajax is one of those teams. They are fantastic at home in their fortress of a stadium, but on the road, even in the Netherlands, they are vulnerable. Fortuna's got a ball percentage rate of 46%. Ajax is up there at 55%. So they're right at the edges of where we like to be with a 10-point differential at the max. Fortuna's 17 goals for and 20 against. Ajax is 20 goals for and 22 against. See, they're not the same team that they've been the last few years. 2 out of the last 4 games between these two in the last 2 years have ended in a draw. Ajax is vulnerable. Fortuna is scrappy. And the draw at plus 280 is priced really nicely for us. Then we've also got, in the Netherlands, we've also got Heracles versus Telstar at Aceto Stadium in Almelo, Netherlands. Heracles is plus 115. They're the home favorite. Telstar is plus 220. The draw is plus 240. The ball possession rates are right equal here, 49% versus 47%. The goals scored, very similar. 19 for Heracles, 21 against. Telstar is 15-4 and 20 against. In the last 10 games between these two teams, Heracles has had 5 wins, Telstar has had 2, and 3 ended in a draw. So to sum this one up, these are two bottom of the standings teams that are fighting with each other, and when you're at the bottom of the table, you will take any point you can get. And that, I think, is what's going to happen between these two teams on Saturday. So short list, my top draw candidates out of everything that we've talked about this weekend. I like Verona Atalanta, Alaves Sociedad. I like Atletico. I like Toulouse Strasbourg. I like Wolfsburg and Union. I think these fixtures show balanced odds, some recent draw-heavy form, and tactical matchups that favor these predicted stalemates. So that's it for this episode of the Drawhunter. Once again, I am your charming host, Kevin Cleary. New episodes drop twice a week, Mondays for the midweek action, and Thursdays, like today, for the weekend slate. Special thanks to the fine folks at sofascore.com, my favorite place for sports statistics and results. I use them to compile the numbers for the show here. You can subscribe to our show at Apple Podcasts, and please do. You can also subscribe at Spotify, Amazon, iHeartRadio, or wherever you get your podcast fix. If you have any questions, comments, or pics of your own to share with us, email us, please, at drawhunterpodcast@gmail.com. From the entire Drawhunter team, thanks for listening, and remember, there's no stopping it. Draws happen. Gambling involves risk. Please gamble responsibly. This show is for informational and entertainment purposes only. No guarantees are made regarding results or financial gain. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org. You must be of legal age to participate in gambling activities. Check your local laws and regulations before placing any bets. This podcast was made by humans.